Good day, everybody. Good day, Brother Will. Hello, Will. Really enjoying that air fryer, brother. Thank you so much. We will treasure that forever. Hey, everybody, welcome. We've got a few folks with us on Facebook. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Hello, Arlen. What's up, brother? What's up, Brother Arlen? I can't wait for Arlen to meet Mr. Shibboleth. We'll have to, those two are going to really hit it off. Hey, everybody. Yes, I have heard that all of this silly character business, so many people are just taken aback by it, and it just seems so unprofessional. I'm sorry. I've been doing this 20 years. Can you humor me? Sometimes I have to make it fun for myself again. All right. Hey, everybody. I wouldn't listen to somebody teach if they didn't enjoy their own teaching. Come on, give me a break. The Bible says that we have to humble ourselves as little children to inherit the kingdom. So sometimes I'm a little goofy, and sometimes not. I can be serious. Would y'all like me to be serious today instead of goofy?
Hey, Travis.
Hey, Tammy.
Did you see in our group challenge group, there were many characters that showed up this weekend to try to help people stay on task and stay perfect. I thought that was, wow.
You did some really jam up funny stuff. I had a few belly laughs, especially, is it the witch? I like the witch. It was the witch, right?
That was the diet devil. The diet devil showed up.
I devour so much content. Sometimes I can't remember if that was in that group, but I was cracking up at some of your stuff you did. I think having a good belly laugh is good. Keeping it humorous, sometimes serious. It's all about context, isn't it? Knowing the spirit that we're in and enjoying each other. Let's enjoy each other. And Tammy, I really enjoyed what you did this weekend. Appreciate you dedicating so much time and loving on people.
You're very welcome. I was helping them burn calories because every giggle helps burn those calories and keeps them off their thoughts of food and grazing.
That's right. That's right. Did you know expending even mental energy burns calories? Did y'all know that? Yep. You burn more calories. Interesting fact before we get started. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching TV. Did y'all know that? A fact, because your brain's more active when you sleep than it is when you're watching TV. The TV puts you in a trance. Okay, everybody, some recognition as we get started with our session here. Weekly weight loss, 512 pounds by the group reported. Average per person that reported was 2.40 pounds per week, for the week per person. 10-pound badge earners, a lot of them. 25-pound badge earners, Kristen Hale, Sherry Reed, Dominique Mitchell. Congratulations to all of you. 50-pound badge earner, Tracy Falls. Way to go, Tracy. And Tammy, you earned your Lady of Discipline badge. Great job. Earned your Lady of Discipline badge. We only had 6 fast track badge earners. And we've got thousands of members who refuse to earn their fast track badge. Sorry, that wasn't the real me. That wasn't. Exercise the demons. That's not the real me. We've got a special mention today, a very special mention. This happens rarely, and there's only a few who have ever earned it. The Shibboleth Master Badge. That's you're like a black belt of Shibboleth. Paula Fleming just earned her Shibboleth Master Badge. How about a huge round of applause for Paula Fleming? Good job, Paula. Good job. Great job. Let's see, is Sandy Gregg is not with us. Uh-oh. Charles Grant is with us. Everybody pray for Charles Grant. He's come so far, and I'm worried about my brother. He's here, so he hears me picking on him, but I need him to get up and get moving again. Hey, Kim Danke, the amazing Kim Danke. Kim Danke is busy as a bee, cheerful as a cricket, and steady as a clock, and I know that she stands on the rock. And that Sandy, already, y'all, somebody help me with her. Patricia Hurt, I don't know what we're going to do with that girl. She'll have some reason for not being here, but I know her. She could have tuned in. Y'all are going to have to help me with her. Been years. Please, somebody reach out to her and help her. I've noticed that she's already pulling back. Somebody help me with her. Goodness. What is on? Let's start talking here, y'all. My name's Travis. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program. Have come off all prescription medications. Program's changed my life. I am told, Becky Wood, that I take it too serious. Losing weight, if you're 30 pounds or more overweight, even though algorithms on social media, when I say that, however it does it and tags me as bad seed, I'm telling you that being overweight 30 pounds, it's not about, you should self-accept. You should love yourself right where you are. You're lovable and worthy right where you are. You don't have to lose a single pound. The Lord Jesus loves you so much. But, not but, and, or, however, that 30 pounds or more, are there unintended consequences to carrying that weight around that affect your lifespan here on earth? There are. If someone that you loved and somebody that you knew was addicted to drugs in a serious way, and you watch them go down before your very eyes, you watch them dwindle away, but they told you they're fine, you know that they're lying to themselves, and you would try to reach them. And if you couldn't reach them, you would pray for them. This is my existence. Obesity is the leading cause of all premature death in our country, the leading cause of most cancers, the leading cause of heart disease, the leading cause of depression, the leading cause of sleep apnea, the leading cause of almost everything that we deal with medically in our company. In our country, sorry. And nobody has a solution that anyone will stick with. And our culture is turning in. You thought we were a microwave society 20 years ago, needing and desiring instant gratification? All you have to do now is study the current culture and climate, and you will see why we're having Shibboleth Reloaded tonight. The reason we're inviting members who haven't earned their fast track badge to come, and let's restart. And what I'm hoping from that group is, if I have 200 people there, I'm hoping that 20 of them complete the 3 weeks, because that's 20 lives that might be impacted and saved and enjoy their life more in the future. But the facts are, statistically speaking, almost nobody finishes what they start. Almost nobody can get through 1 week of healthy and right eating. Why do y'all think that is? Let's discuss while I drink my fiber packet. Be honest. Why do you think that is? I heard everything under the sun as to why. And one of the things was, it's just Shibboleth is too confusing. Okay, let's go to Weight Watchers. Why didn't that work for you? Go to Jenny Craig. Why didn't that work for you long term? Go get a personal one-on-one coach. Why didn't that work for you for very long? Excuses, 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 excuses. And you are ready to lose weight. You're ready. You're ready. You're able, but you're not willing. So, what would it take to get you willing? Now, listen, if you went to the doctor today and the doctor said, checked your blood work and it's not good, you've got a new disease. And that disease is called funkititis. And you've got 24 hours to live. You've got it. Here's the results, funkititis. You got 24 hours to live if you don't do this. Would you want to know what this is? And then the doctor says, okay, you've got to drink your water, this amount. You've got to eat these meals. We're going to be different breads and stuff, but you got to eat sandwiches that are funkititis approved. You've got to eat sandwiches, hamburgers, hot dogs, pasta, grilled cheese sandwiches. You get these chocolates, these salty snacks, but you can only have them 3 or less times a day. In 24 hours, you can only eat 3 servings of these. And if you do that 6 days in a row, and then you take a day off, and then you do it again 6 days in a row, and you take a day off, in 6 months, you will have gotten rid of the funkititis, and you won't have to worry about dropping dead. But the first day that you don't do it, you're going to drop dead. Most of you would then survive, right? There would be somebody that would drop dead because you don't love yourself. But most everybody would be able to do it. So you don't have any urgency. Example, if you knew what the doctor just told you was going to work and change your life and you wouldn't die of the funkititis, would you be scrolling TikTok for something that would work faster, or would you just stick with what the doctor said? Would you take chances on something on TikTok? But yet, I get message after message. Travis, I seen this pill on TikTok. Will it work? This works, and it works for everybody. And all you need is a local grocery store and a shift in how you think. The very foods that you continue to eat that are destroying your life, you don't even enjoy anymore. It's just a compulsive behavior. What do y'all think the greatest why should be? In order to get you to overcome temptation and stick to the program, what do you think, what would be the best why that you could come up with other than I'll die if I don't do this? April, I agree. You happen to come out with it first, God. They did a poll, an anonymous poll amongst some of our nation's most renowned evangelists, but it was anonymous. They sent it to it and it was anonymous. Do you really believe that God exists? And more than 50% of them said, no, I really don't believe this stuff. In other words, it's their business, or it's how they connect with people, or they believe in the personal development help. But more than 50% of the nation's top evangelists didn't really believe that God existed. I have a question for you. Do you? Because if you do, if you really believe what you say that you believe, you cannot make me think that if you're not living your highest and best, and you're not living with some measure of discipline and responsibility towards your temple, that your conscience is not bothering you. There's some things in my life where my conscience bothers me. For example, right now, my lack of faith and my constant worry, it's really hurting my relationship with my wife. It's really beginning to take its toll on her. And it bothers my conscience when I catch myself not letting go and letting God at times. When I've done all I can do, let go and let God, worry about nothing, be anxious for nothing. So my conscience bothers me. I have a question for all of y'all, and this is going to offend some people, but when you're having Shibboleth perfect days and you're doing good and you feel your health and vitality slowly coming back, and it's not time for a holiday, you haven't earned it, and you're tempted with a binge, and then you, before, during, and after the binge, does your conscience bother you? I'm asking a question. Does your conscience bother you? Do you believe that God uses our conscience to communicate with us? And it's different for everybody, right? Like somebody here, like for me, if I binge eat on Saturday, my conscience is not going to bother me like it used to. It won't bother me at all because I live this every day. Y'all see what I'm saying? But back before I lost the weight, it would bother me to take a day off. That's the thing that God has put in here. We point to here, but it's really here. Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. That the conscience, the Bible says that pain is to the body what the conscience is to your soul. What if we have a pain? Let's say that my left knee is hurting. That's a pain. My left knee hurts. What is it trying to tell my body? Slow down, take care of it. If your conscience is bothering your soul because you've given yourself to the enslavement of food, that's God's way of saying, we got to quit this. You're not living your highest and best, my beautiful bride. We've got a plan here. I'm on just a few questions while I'm led by the Holy Spirit, okay? Just a few questions. And I won't jump on you. I'm going to, if you disagree, I'm going to give you something to think about that will help you. Is there anyone here that right now in your heart, you believe the plan is too complex? It's just too hard, the plan itself. You would do it, but it's too hard. Anybody? If there's a yes, that's okay, because we're going to fix it. I believe that if somebody thinks the program is too hard, I believe that's reasonable. It can appear on paper at a glance is too hard. Great job, everybody. Brenda Burke. Hey, it's good to have you. So for those that might be hiding back there like, yeah, it really is, because we seen that from the emails that we sent out about Shibboleth Reloaded tonight at 6. We seen quite a few people say it's just too hard. If you could simplify it, I would do it. I think, though, deep down, if you spent enough time, if you haven't spent much time, I get it. I get why you think it's hard. But I think what you're really saying, if we really think about it and we're honest, is that what I really need is somebody to go buy the groceries for me, someone to prepare the food for me, someone to stay with me all day to make sure I don't eat anything that I don't want to. And when I get hangry at you, you give me some scripture and love and support so that you talk me off the edge of the cliff and I can wait till my next meal. I need somebody to tell me that I'm worthy. I need somebody to tell me that it's okay for me to take time out for myself. I need somebody all day to do that. And then I need the sound of their voice to change tomorrow so that I don't get tired of that person's voice. And then the next day, that's a lot to ask, isn't it? Is anybody going to do that for us? I would. Y'all don't believe that. I would if I could. I would. If I could do that for every person, I would. But I can't. And you don't really want me to do that, because then you can't grow. We can't grow as individuals if everything's just made so convenient and easy. That's not why we're here on this planet. We're here to grow. We're here to overcome adversity. The real pleasure in life is not in your chimichanga. The real pleasure in life is developing personally and overcoming and finding pleasure in things you never thought there was any pleasure in, like discipline. Julie says it is easy if you are ready to change your life. Let me show you this real quick. This is old. I didn't create it, but it's good there's nothing new under the sun. Look at this. Do we need to believe? Do we need to believe? We need to believe in God. We need to believe in ourselves. But here's what's holding people back. Are y'all ready? I'm going to show you what you need to believe in your plan. Let me show you what's really holding people back. Are you ready? Watch this. We believe the lies of the enemy. Belief is great if you believe the truth. But if you're believing a lie, you can't go forward. Is the program practical, sustainable, and fun, and offer enough variety? Yes. Do you have constant daily support from your peers and the team? Yes. Do you have recipes? Do you have grocery foods? Do you have grocery lists? Do you have meal plans? Do you have support? Yes. Can you be a vegan and do this? Can you be a carnivore and do this? Can you be a balanced eater like me and do this? Yes. Can you still have Moose Tracks ice cream or Kilwins? Yes. What's holding us back? That's right, Arlen. Arlen gonna be a nutrition evangelist. The emails that I got, in a good way, y'all needed to spank. Some of you needed to spank me, and I get it. I'm not above rebuke. And the first couple ones that I read, when they said, I just felt like you didn't care about us because I never heard from you. All I seen was when y'all are running a special, you didn't care. Broke my heart after I seen about 20 of those. First person, I said, oh, how unreasonable. Of course I'm there for them. Then a second, and a third, and a fourth, and more than a couple of handfuls that really felt we didn't care. And I started typing back because I wear my feelings on my sleeves. And I was going to say, why didn't you reach out to me? There's one of me. There's thousands of y'all. Just let me know. I drop everything I'm doing and I come running. And then I realized, no. They're hurting. Lay the ego aside. What can I do to show them that I love and care? Because you don't care what I know until you know that I care. Hey, Brother Jack. Y'all, this is April. January, February, March, April. If you needed to lose 40 pounds, no, 30, yeah, 40. If you needed to lose 40 pounds starting January, was there anybody here that needed to lose 40 starting January the 1st? Have you done it? Have you lost 40 pounds since January the 1st? To those that have, great job. Now, if you didn't need to lose 40, Patricia, you didn't need to lose any, did you? Joseph is on it. There you go, Joseph. 34. 25 by Darla. Great job. You could have lost 30 to 40 pounds by now. And you could have had, how many holidays could you have had the first 3 months? Think about this, and still lost 30 to 40 pounds. Oh, need to. You could have had 18 holidays and still lost that weight. 18 days off. More than a half of one of those months you could have took off if all of your other days had been Shibboleth perfect days, and still lost 30 to 40 pounds. That's remarkable. Now celebrate what you have done. Celebrate what you have done. But yesterday's gone. Can't get it back. It is April the 3rd, 2023. Let go of the past. Let go of how you feel about it. And let's start again today. And those of you that need help with the beginner program, tonight, 6 p.m., I'm going to start hosting Shibboleth Journey classes because we can't get the darn email and text things situated so that I can send out mass. Because if I do it one at a time, I can't reply the new so long story short, we're going to open up. We're going to have something for everybody. We're going to render people excuseless. And here's one of the problems that I'm seeing amongst our the program right now. The more I do, the more people leave. Actually, I was keeping people more engaged when I was doing less. And I think it's because I am heck bent on eliminating people's excuses and they don't want to look in the glass. I need you to be brave. I need you to be bold and look at yourself in that mirror and have a come to Jesus. It's the same reason, what I'm saying in another way, it's the same reason we do this. It's the same reason. Bear with me. Here, let me get my eraser. So it's hard for us to be confronted with the truth. It's like a journal. When people write in their journal that they had a perfect day, they write out their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, how great they feel. When they have a holiday, they don't write anything. They do this, especially in a paper journal. Anybody ever done that? You just put a big old X and forget it. You don't write anything down. You don't want to address your shortcomings. And what happened? The good stuff will always take care of itself. The bad stuff will not. We've got to look at what's wrong, forgive ourselves, accept ourselves right where we're at. I am a foodaholic. And with God's help, I can overcome. And just because I have a holiday doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I'm going to confront that. Let me write down what triggered me to have that holiday today. What was it that caused that? Oh, it was a void in my spirit. Where is that void coming from? Well, maybe I'm feeling unappreciated by my wife. Maybe I'm feeling lonesome and I turn to food. You've got to get that stuff out in your online journal or on paper so that we can address it. The truth will set you free. It'll make you mad at first, but it'll set you free. Use your journal the correct way and really investigate, why did I do that again? It always makes me feel worse. I always have more regret. What caused that in that moment? Oh, I was stressed out. How do I deal with stress in a more productive and positive way than feeding myself? We need to start looking at all that, or nothing is going to change. Tonight at Shibboleth Reloaded, I know that I need to spend the entire hour. I won't, so please come. I won't. Y'all know what I'm going to say. Watch what I say. You'll hear truth. I need to spend the entire hour on helping people determine their why and help them with a vision board and a vision tracker that's meaningful. But people, not everybody, but a lot of people will get upset and they'll leave early. Because when they come tonight, what do they really want me to talk about? Do they want me to talk about the spiritual voids and how we fill those? They want to know what we're going to eat. That's right, April. So I got to spend most of my time on something that they'll only do for a couple of days. They're only going to eat off the meal plan for a couple of days. Not everybody. That's why I do it. There'll be some that get it every time. If I can get a few more that get it, fine. Somebody got help. But after a couple of days on the food plan, like day 1 and day 2, they're going to go, this is great. This is awesome. I can do it. And on day 3, they're going to quit. Or day 4, they're going to quit. What will cause them to quit? You've been there. I've been there. What's going to cause them to quit? Not even FOMO. Not even the hard work. The scale didn't move. That's right, Gina. They're done. Here's the mentality. I'm not going to go through this pain and this hard work if the scales ain't going to move. And for most people, they're moving. But it didn't move enough. Most people on Monday, they start Shibboleth or start back. Tuesday, they're down 5 pounds, water, glucose, and fat. And they go, wow, if I keep this up, this month, I'll lose 150 pounds. And then when they don't lose 5 the next day, they're disappointed. And then by the 4th and 5th day, when they only lose 1/4 of this, they quit. Look, this is 1/4 of a pound of fat. Think about that. That's if you lose that much hunk of chunk every day following the program, the scales it won't show that because you're going to fluctuate with your water and glucose. But if you stick with it and you're consistent and persistent, you cannot fail. And it's easy to do. Why wouldn't you do it? So this quarter a pound of hunk of chunk, what some of us need to do is put on our big girl pants and our big boy pants and get this done once and for all. Pick yourself up by the love handles and get her done. Once and for all. You got all the tools and resources that my money can provide. It's out. I love you. I want to stand with you victorious on the top of the mountain, shouting the victory in Jesus and how we both changed as humans and become better people. Not because we look good naked, but because to look good naked, we had to do some transformative work inside of here. Glory to God. God loves us despite our weakness. In fact, God loves us because of our weakness. But nowhere in there does he say to bathe in it and stay there. We can't show the world the manifestation of the glory of God if we stay there in that condition. The prodigal son that I spoke on Sunday, would we have gotten to see his daddy's glory and his daddy's goodness if the prodigal son had stayed in the pit, eating what the pigs wouldn't even eat? The only way we got to see the glory of that father and the how amazing the prodigal's father was the prodigal in his weakness started making his way back home. It's beautiful, isn't it? How many of you love the Lord today? I know I do. He's doing a work in my life right now, a mighty work, a mighty work, mighty work. Any nutrition questions for your brother Travis? Anything at all today? When I do protein shakes, it does not stay with me. What can I add it to where I can feel full? Rebecca, I don't want you to feel full, sis. We want to get rid of this need and desire to feel full. Feeling full is a horrible feeling. Everybody repeat after me. Override your habitual thought processes. You was conditioned to feel full your whole life. Feeling full is not good. Feeling full means you have stretched your stomach. You have abused your stomach. Everybody say it with me. I hate feeling full. I don't want to ever feel that feeling. I want to feel light and energetic. That shake does stay with you. It's got plenty of nutritive value in it to stay with you 4 to 6 hours. You don't need anything else. So I can't tell you to go and put more in it and stretch your stomach so that you feel full. Now, if you must, add you a tablespoon of peanut butter. Some healthy fats might give you more satiation. You don't need it. It's going to slow you down, but it's allowed. Put you a palm full of berries. Berries are low glycemic, shouldn't cause a big insulin response. But I wish what you do is feed the real you and not the you right now. In other words, when I was 300 pounds, my portions changed. I was eating as though I was 200 pounds while I was 300. So there were times I didn't feel very satisfied. My 200-pound man inside of me felt plenty satisfied. But 300-pound big boy, he didn't want to die. That extra fat, it's living, it's alive. And it doesn't want to go anywhere. And if you starve that extra fat off to get to your highest and best self, it's going to fight you every step of the way because it's alive. It's got to go. Eat for the size you want to be, not the size you are. If you have a proper Shibboleth approved shake, you're fine for 4 to 6 hours. You may feel light and empty, but what's happening is you're wanting to fill that void and satisfy yourself with something you don't need, everybody. Hope that helps. Where are the Groove videos from the 8 p.m. class? I can't listen in the evening. Can I access them somewhere else? Tammy or Joni, do you know if Lara's been able to put those in the library? If so, would you give links to Nan Fernander? And if they haven't been, y'all, I keep having to lay members off. And right now we have people volunteering. Y'all just will have to bear with us. We're struggling getting more partners. I don't know what the deal is. I feel like we're the best program on planet Earth, but maybe not. Nalida needs them. Is Joni with me today? Let's see. Because Tammy's volunteering. Let me see if Joni's with me. Yeah, Joni's with me. Joni, will you check with Lara and see if she's gotten to last week's Groove recordings and put them in the library? Thank you, Deborah. We believe that we're anointed and blessed. We do. We believe God is blessing. I may be losing people.
Those videos are under the challenge resources.
Under challenge resources. Can somebody give me a link?
And I posted them.
There it is.
I did. I posted it. So did Joni.
Great. There you go, ladies. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all. I think what is happening, I'm becoming a better coach, and it's running people off that ain't serious. That's why later this week, if you haven't heard, when I make the announcement about Shibboleth being done, the new Shibboleth, I will meet every member before they enter this program, or they will not enter this program. I don't want people who aren't ready. I want to protect our existing members, and I want people to know what we're about, and I want to meet them before they join the program, if at all possible. If at all possible. Sometimes it won't be possible, but people need to know that this is not a hard work program, but it requires some investment of time and effort and desire to change. No weight loss program on planet Earth right now is working for those who are obese. Zero. Not statistically. Not statistically. And there's a reason for that. It's all becoming a bunch of automated junk. Automated and technology, and you don't even know unless you're going to go pay a dietitian $100 to $300 an hour. You ain't going to find somebody that wants to get to know you and help you. And I want to know you. I want to help you. That don't mean that we're going to be able to talk every day and be best friends, but we can start our relationship off right and pure. Does that make sense? You can look in my eyes right here, and I can look in yours, and we can tell if we're serious or not. That's what we're going to do. God is my helper. Thank y'all for the sweet comments. You're making my day. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, everybody. Clara says, trying it, been on plan since March 30th, but can't get this down, can't get the technical part down. She's coming at 6 to get our help. That's awesome. That's all I want. And if tonight it doesn't feel any better to you, just tell me. Don't go away. Just say, still didn't work for me. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. Because it is easy. Yeah, like Golo. Yep. Thank you, Joanna. We do these sessions, how often? We do these Monday through Thursday at 10:30 and 8, Friday at 10:30. These support sessions where I'm available to answer all of your questions, anything related to our program, health, wellness, behavior modification. I do these because I want to know you. I can't reply to every email and every request for a meal plan, but I can do it here. I can do it here. Anybody else? Any other questions? Don't forget you Advocare Spark. If you're on the detox kit this week, that stuff works, man. Ladies, do it. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate you. Jesus is the great coach, right? Stacy, I was playing with the website one time and found the gallery where you add pictures. I have not been able to find it since. I have taken pictures. Someone please point me in the direction. I think our team can do that. You can also go to the community. Go to the community tab. You can add progress photos there. You can also add progress photos in your journal and in your blog. There's the three areas on the top of my head whereby you can add pictures. The community tab, the journal, progress photos in the journal, and then the blog. And there's other places too, the vision tracker, my vision for my life worksheet, lots of places. I think, Karen, you're right. Karen says, it wasn't Karen, it's Michelle. Got the program down, just need the mental switch. I think that's most people. Bye, Julie. Bye. I think that's most people. I think most people, they get it. It's just the mental part. It's a lot of bad habits. And that's where we get, so many of us get most of our pleasure is from food. But it's no longer pleasure, it's pain. You have to start telling yourself that. Even if you're sitting there bored out of your wits, go dance, go do something different. Just know if I eat, that's not going to satisfy my boredom. It's actually going to make me more bored and feel worse as soon as I've swallowed the food. Thanks, Lisa. Y'all are the best members ever. Polly says, do the fast track. It's so important to learn the plan. Amen. Any final questions? Michelle, I still do that sometimes, not as much as I did in the beginning. A hog trough day, though, as long as your other days are really Shibboleth perfect, it's not that big of a deal if you're in this for the long term. I have just found that hog trough days make me miserable, even though that's how I lost most of my weight. So I'll have a hollow meal. I won't overdo it anymore. It's rare that I ever overdo it because I changed my mind. I linked excessive food intake to mental, emotional, and physical pain. But I had to start talking to myself that way constantly. Now there's an override in here. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Anyone else? Linda says, I'm trying very hard. I know you are. It'll get easier. Many things in life that start off hard, with practice and repetition, they become easier, don't they? It didn't start off easy for me from a mental standpoint. The plan's always been easy. But from a mental standpoint, I had to battle my brokenness. I had to admit I was broken. Some people can't even do that. They get offended. I had to admit that I was broken, and there's still some parts of me broken. It doesn't lower my stature with God that I admit that I'm broken. Maybe it lowers my stature with people, but am I here to please people or to please God? It will work, Sharon. Don't even question it. This works for everybody. What we get concerned about, will we work it? I get it. Y'all are all good people, and most of your pleasure, y'all are not, and there's no shame in this. I got so much, I say this a lot, and y'all probably think I'm making it up. I get in so much trouble all the time on these social media platforms for just telling my truth. Travis, that don't line up with the word of God, they tell me. But I believe in giving people different ways to think about things. I'm human. I think about things differently, and sometimes it's how I really feel. Sometimes I'm just thinking, do I really feel that way? And, this is a journey, and you have to do some admitting to yourself about your vulnerabilities, your unbelief. Yes, it's most likely that you all here have some unbelief in your heart. It's very likely. If that offends you, maybe you have 100% belief, then my question would be, why haven't you moved this mountain yet? Bible says, if you have the faith of a grain of mustard seed, you can move a mountain. So what size is your faith? And my faith, if we can't lose a little weight, the minute we admit, like the guy in the scripture did, Lord, help my unbelief, God shows up. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to lose yourself sometime, because God will help us find ourselves again and a better version of our old self. But we all want to pretend that we're so strong and we've got all of our flitter together. We want everybody to think we got our crap together. And the only reason that I'm struggling is because everybody else's fault. But just like Nathan the prophet told David, thou art the man. Thou art the man. My 1 year of being a high functioning alcoholic, I could have blamed that on a lot of people. But when I looked in the mirror, I knew that was me. I did that. Well, I'm functioning fine. I was enslaved to it for 1 year of my life. My friend Jason Whitener said, I said, it's the only way I can sleep. But I'm worried about am I really addicted to this? He says, compared to others, probably not, but is it bad enough for you and for what God's called you to do? And I said, way past that. He said, then you are. It hurt. He was my Nathan the prophet. And he said, thou art the man. Maybe with food, this is your thing. Maybe you're pointing a finger at all these other people. This world's going to hell in a handbasket. They're being led astray, but you can't stop eating a Twinkie. Sorry. Oh, and I hear people say, Travis, this is why your program ain't doing better than it is. I think it's doing great. Even if I have one person and the program saves their life, it's doing great. Real talk. Patricia says, I am not, but I do not say struggle. I say battle because reminds me I have God's armor and the Shibby shield. Amen, Patricia Hurt. Amen. Thank you, Pam Ferris. Let's touch lives and save lives. Since y'all are here, don't panic when you see our email that probably will arrive this week. about we're going to have to end Shibboleth in its current form. I've fought a good fight. I know in my heart I've fought a good fight, and y'all have all supported me. We're going to have new structure, not just structure, but new business entities. We are going to have a nonprofit, but it won't really have that much to do with weight loss anymore. It'll be what God's, I feel like the only way I can move forward to preach the gospel of Jesus and separate that from this as a ministry first and foremost. This is going to have to be a for-profit entity, or it won't continue. So don't panic when you see all that in writing. We just have no way forward anymore. So I'm going into private counseling and group counseling. We will grandfather every member in, and we won't take anything away from you that we've given you. But for years I've been trying to do this as a free or near free ministry, and we've borrowed all the money we can borrow. Can't borrow another dime. It's over. We've done the best we could. God has said can't do it this way anymore. I'm confused. I thought it's what God wanted me to do, but it's not. Maybe God's wanting me to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ in a separate entity, and but we'll still be a business owned by Christian people, and we hope that you'll support us. But we won't be, y'all help me when everybody starts the FUD. There'll be FUD everywhere. We're not going to take anything away from anybody. My next fight will be to not have to turn this into a side hustle, because I really believe that I'm supposed to be doing this full time. But without your support, it will become a side hustle, and I won't be able to do these types of support classes. So I'm going to try to make my living with private consultations and pay for private consultations and pay for groups. I hope you'll pray for me and forgive me if I've let you down, because y'all have told everybody for years along with me that we're a ministry first and foremost. We've had a great deal of success helping people, but we haven't had a great deal of success raising the money we need to operate at the levels that we currently operate at. My ambition for the program exceeded my ability to bring in revenue. So don't be telling people it's free or $7 or $37 lifetime anymore. I can't do it. And I have a hard time telling people no. So thank you, Brenda. It's going to be all good. It's got to be good, because God's making us do it through the practical aspect. Amen, Teresa. Amen. Gotcha. Sandy Gregg has been checked on. She's working, so that's why she's not here. Any final questions before we go? I wrote the girls this morning about this. I've been doing the detox since Monday, but just got my supplements started Friday. Should I do the detox all week? Please do. Started Friday. Should I do the it disappeared on me. I didn't catch all that, but yeah, as soon as you get your product in, get started on it. It's best to do it along with the detox menu instead of the metabolic boost menu that we provide. See you, Jack. I got to go too, y'all. I love you in the Lord. Don't forget, tonight at 6, Shibboleth Reloaded. We will focus on the simplicity of the Shibboleth plan and nutrition. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll have Groove. We'll have Get Your Groove Back. Thank y'all. See you later. Love y'all. Thanks, Tammy. Thanks, Joni.